Hey everyone, let's dig into a Bible study here of Psalm 23, a not so simple soul cry and heart response. So what do I mean by that? It's when Psalm 23 is kind of short, but it's not so simple as its length. There's a lot more meaning and depth into what's being said. And for me, it is a soul cry from David with a heart response from the Lord. Tomorrow is another day that I get to show you how much I love you, the Lord. And I feel this is relevant in seeing the nature of the Lord in their heart response to David. So much love, like really, really, really. And so let's dig into this thing. So our intention here is that in any language, the words we use carry a depth of meaning that cannot always be conveyed just from the word alone, the word we're trying to communicate. Whether from its history, the etymology, misunderstandings, misinterpretations, mistranslations, doctrines, basically your belief on the word maybe, unintentional ignorance, which that's really what the word ignorance means. It's not really intentional. And or from one's own personal perceptions. The term lost in translation portrays how the intended meaning or depth of something gets changed, altered in a way that either diminishes or misrepresents entirely what the intended meaning was. The Bible is not immune to this, and we will delve into how not so simple Psalm 23 actually is. So just a breakdown of this video, just 3 parts here. Part 1 is we're just gonna a simple read of Psalm 23 as we see it. And then part 2 is a read through of each verse, of what each verse encapsulates, says, shares, means from the lexicon of each Hebrew word. And I pull that information from blueletterbible.org. And then part 3 is we're gonna group Psalm 23 in a way that's not how we read it. So it's a grouping of Psalm 23 as an impassioned soul cry by David and the Lord's heart response to him. So here we go. We're just going to read Psalm 23 out of the New King James Version here. I mean, this is one of these things that so many of us have memorized, at least the first part, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So I mean, this is all of Psalms as we typically read it. You can pull more from going into the Amplified or even the EXB Expanded Bible and do those things. And in a way, that's what I'm doing here from my own study. So now we're into part 2 of when we look at the detailed meanings in the Hebrew words, we draw such a deeper meaning in what David is trying to convey. No longer does it become a simple psalm we can memorize, but one that reflects how David thinks and feels of the Lord and of himself. David is both a shepherd as well as a strategic and tactical fighter and leader, highly knowledgeable and experienced in battle. this is reflected in the words and terms he uses. So let's read through Psalm 23 in detail, denoting the Hebrew words which are underlined for reference. And then of note, when I pull that meaning out, I've italicized some words. And so those italicized words are mine given for clarifications, and you'll understand when we get to that. So let's just look at verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And from that entire sentence, there's 3 Hebrew words: Lord, shepherd, want. So when you dig into those and all the meanings behind the words in the lexicon, like it's not so simple. It's, what does the Lord mean? What does shepherd mean? What does want mean? And so when you pull it out, this is a good way to read it. The Lord, the existing one, there's a permanence here. The existing one shepherds and pastures me, tending to and feeding me. That's what the word shepherd means. As my special friend and companion. That's also what it means. You know, right? When what? Want, when lack and failure come to me. So I mean, there's a lot in there that we like. Oh, a shepherd. How did your mind think of a shepherd to be? A shepherd and a pastor, right? But not one that's like beating the living daylights out of you, but one that in your relationship with that shepherd is a special friend and a companion. I mean, I just think of like a soulmate kind of aspect to it. One that is safe and trusting and you know, purely openly vulnerable in that safety. Like he's tending to me, he's feeding me. Like we don't always get that from our upbringing or our friendships or relationships or anything like that. So sometimes we project that stuff on shepherd of like, no, they're just going to beat me into in line, and that's not the case, because it's a special friend and companion, and they don't do that. And I shall not want. It's not that like oh, I shall not want. There's nothing that I need. No. That means want. Like I'm in want. Lack and failure come to me. Because they do. That's the reality of this world. Lack and failure just hit upon you, right? And when that happens, it's nice to have a shepherd and a pastor tending to and feeding me, right? Not want is, don't reject that exists. Don't do any of that religious bypassing. Just hold on to that. That, hey, this is a reality I'm in, and acknowledge it, and acknowledge all those feelings when it comes, knowing that there is somebody that is there to take care of you as a friend, as a companion. So then verse 2, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. So there's the Hebrew words that all that's pulled from. Down, green, pastures, leads, still waters. So then what do all those mean? I am gently guided. Me running with a sparkle, right? Like not gently guided as like trudging along. No, like running with a sparkle, like wow, like to the goal of rest and refresh. Where? At the dwelling place of the shepherd, right? A pasturing meadow. Oh, that is home to me. Pleasant, beautiful, comfortable, suitable, right? It's meant for me. That companion, that friend, know what nurtures my soul, suitable and befitting to my needs. I mean, so much of that is missed in just simplifying that. Mm. This place, this is his and my habitation, with the permanence of food and drink, of tranquil water, tender and green, sprouting grass and herbs. I mean, think of like coming from that caring, empathic way of like, oh, these sheep. I want them to grow and be at rest. Like a nervous sheep is not a growing sheep, right? I'm not going to take him to dry, crumbly, dead grass and dry. They like how that just adds stress, right? So this permanence of food and drink, this habitation that's comfortable, beautiful, pleasant, befitting to my needs. What does it do? That causes me to recline, lay down, and stretch myself out for utter rest. You can't do that without safety. Again, how many of our relationships we're always constantly on guard and on edge and trying to anticipate the next thing that's going to hit us? That's not this place to recline, lay down, stretch myself out for rest. Then, verse 3. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So again, the Hebrew words restore, soul, leads, paths, righteousness, names, right? So what does that tell us? Right? So now think, like you're in this state of relax, in this field that is safe and nurturing and replenishing, right? Which turns back, replenishes and restores my soul. Like I'm in a chaotic life and I'm in a struggle, but when I'm there, my soul, which is just all torn up, gets turned back to safety. It replenishes and restores my soul, my life, self, my mind, my will, my emotions. That's my soul. But how can I feel safe in that environment? Because he surrounds, encircles me in protection, right? Even during the getting there, transporting me in his covenant of justice, righteousness, vindication, salvation, and victory, upholding his reputation, confirming his true character and nature. That's his name. Right? It's not to do with your own sense of self-worth. It's all to do with how worthy he does see you. He does. He is a protector of you, whether you feel like you deserve it or not. He's upholding his reputation of doing that. I will never leave you nor forsake you. He holds true to that. Verse 4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Again, here's our words in the Hebrew: walk and valley and death and fear and evil and rod and staff and comfort. That's the caring and loving and kind, gentle, friend that he is. So now let's break all this out. Okay, I'm struggling here because I want to go on a little side tangent here. All right? Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. How if you interpret rod and staff as a tool to beat somebody, where's the comfort in that? That's not what that is used for. It is a caring, loving, gentle guidance. Like Jesus said, like my sheep hear my voice and follow me. He doesn't beat them into the submission. We follow because we feel safe and comforted. Right? All right. Let's focus, Chris. All right. You, Lord, cause, right? Lead me to come away out from the narrow gorge that is overcast in deep shadows. I mean, just literally think of like a gorge, right? The sun blocked by the steepness of the gorge. It's in shadow, right? Which is a place of extreme danger, and you know this is where like the aspect of the shepherd that was David, that he knows that is coming from a space of love and care and tenderness, right? But this is a side of him that knows war, that knows battle, that knows strategy, that knows how to protect himself. And if you are in the military in a gorge, that is not a safe place. That is not a safe place whatsoever. Why? It's a place of extreme danger because you're a sitting target. You have the low ground. Somebody else has the high ground. It's a place of, and this is why the italicized here, ill defense and vulnerable in battle. That's really like so simple. So David's mindset of like, if I was leading an army or my men into battle, I am not going through a gorge because there is no defense from it and extreme vulnerability in a place of battle. Mm. So think of David now in this deep gorge. The sun's not coming in, right? You don't know who's watching you from above and who's just about to like strike, right? So what kind of internal place are you at in that? I am afraid. I am afraid. And for David, afflicted by the worst evil, pain, unhappiness, hurt, misery, distress, injury, calamity, adversity, and wrongs. I've been wronged of a person, your own thoughts, deeds, and actions. And this is David. I am sorrowful, regretful, grieved, and need consoling. Please, how many of you have been in that situation? Oh, I know I have more than once. And I know in the deepest, darkest places in my own life story. So you don't know how you're going to get out, and you don't know. You just want to end it. And that's where your thoughts are. Because you don't know. how to deal with it, how to get out of it, the injustices of it, the guilt, the shame, the whatever else that you're feeling, the regret, the remorse, the guilt. Yeah, it's all there. It's all there. That's the space David's in. He needs consoling. And this is how he adds, but I am comforted and consoled by your shepherd staff. Now, again, think of yourself in that space. If somebody just came and clubbed you upside the head with a baseball or cricket bat or something like that, is that comforted and consoled? No. But I am comforted and consoled by your shepherd staff, a knowing of your support and sustenance to me. That's when I hear your shepherd staff, when I see your shepherd staff, oh, it's a knowing of your support and sustenance to me. Why? Because I know where you're taking me. You're taking me to your habitation, your dwelling place that is going to restore me. Verse 5, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. So again, the Hebrew words, prepare, table, before, enemies, anoint, head, oil, cup, over. So let's break all that down, right? In outright contempt of that which is afflicting me, bringing me distress, trouble, vexation, hostility, enmity, and harassment, you honor, esteem, and ordain me, show value to me with an arranged, private, and sacred meal equal to that which is set for a king's table. Do you know that of the Lord? That he esteems you and ordains you and shows value to you and intimacy and privilege and love and care and all those things to spoil you in a good way. You, Lord, define me as the choicest, the best. Not just David, you, me. As in an acceptable offering, you draw out and hold together the abundant oil that medicates, satisfies, saturates, and runs over me. I mean, that's literally what it means, to medicate, satisfy, and saturate. Like it's a literal and physical and metaphorical healing to you that doesn't stop. It just overflows all over me. He's not holding back from it. Oh, you only get a little bit, a few milliliters. That's it. No. I'm dousing you perpetually like yes. He's not holding back with you. And 6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Again, those Hebrew words, goodness, mercy, follow, days, life, dwell, house, Lord, forever. And when we look at those words, intentionally and with great pleasure, you, Lord, eagerly secure, pursue me, eagerly pursue you. Not, come back here, Chris. Come back here, you. Oh, don't make me run after you. The Lord eagerly pursues you, me, David, in not anger, not frustration, not bitterness, in goodness and mercy. Your desire is beautiful, not punishment, not fear. Your desire is beautiful, bountiful, cheerful, fair, favor, fine, glad, gracious, joyful, kind, best, loving, merry, most pleasant, pleasing, pleasurable, precious, prosperous, ready, sweet, appropriate, beneficial, agreeable, valuable, and faithful to and for me. So like if you had any doubts on the goodness of God, that's what it is. Lord, you do this constantly and continuously. He's not like, all right, today one thing, tomorrow another thing, right? He is unchanging, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Lord, you do this constantly and continually. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, always and forever. My entire life and existence. I am established in your home as being your family. And I am at ease, abiding with you as part of your family forever. Not maybe the family you had or have. One where you are at ease. Not fearing rejection. Not with your attachment style being secure, right? Welcomed as you are now, as you were yesterday, as you will be tomorrow. It don't matter. You're his family. And he's so happy to have you, me, as part of that family. All right, so let's just read through it now without the interruptions here and see how it all flows together. Verses 1 through 6, right? Just as we kind of broke it down here. All right, so I call it encapsulated. Psalm 23, encapsulated. The Lord, the existing one, shepherds and pastors me, tending to and feeding me as my special friend and companion when lack and failure come to me. I am gently guided, me running with a sparkle to the goal of rest and refresh at the dwelling place of the shepherd, a pasturing meadow that is home to me, pleasant, beautiful, comfortable, suitable, and befitting to my needs. This is his and my habitation, with the permanence of food and drink, of tranquil water, tender and green sprouting grass and herbs. That cause me to recline, lay down, and stretch myself out for utter rest, which turns back, replenishes, and restores my soul, my life, self, mind, will, and emotions. He surrounds and circles me in protection, transporting me in his covenant of justice, righteousness, vindication, salvation, and victory, upholding his reputation, confirming his true character and nature. You, Lord, lead me to come away out from the narrow gorge that is overcast in deep shadows, the sun blocked by the steepness of the gorge, which is a place of extreme danger, ill defense, and vulnerable in battle. I am afraid, afflicted by the worst evil, pain, unhappiness, hurt, misery, distress, injury, calamity, adversity, and wrongs of persons, thoughts, deeds, and actions. I am sorrowful, regretful, grieved, and need consoling. But I am comforted and consoled by your shepherd staff, and knowing of your support and sustenance to me. In outright contempt of that which is afflicting me, bringing me distress, trouble, vexation, hostility, enmity, and harassment, you honor, esteem, and ordain me, show value to me with an arranged, private, and sacred meal, equal to that which is set for a king's table. You, Lord, define me as the choicest, best, as in an acceptable offering you draw out and hold together the abundant oil that medicates, satisfies, saturates, and runs over me. Intentionally and with great pleasure, you eagerly pursue me in goodness and mercy. Your desire is beautiful, bountiful, cheerful, fair, favor, fine, glad, gracious, joyful, kind, best, loving, merry, most pleasant, pleasing, pleasurable, precious, prosperous, ready, sweet, appropriate, beneficial, agreeable, valuable, and faithful to and for me. Lord, you do this constantly and continually, yesterday, today, tomorrow, always and forever, my entire life and existence. I am established in your home as being your family. I am at ease, abiding with you as part of your family forever. You know, Jesus is his family. And the way he's treating Jesus, treated Jesus, is the same way he treats you. You are my child. I am pleased with you. That's what your home looks like. Your home with him, with them. So part 3 here. For myself, I can see Psalm 23 almost as a journal entry by David. You know, and this is the thing. I don't know if David ever knew that, thousands of years later, people would be reading his journal, and, I don't know, how many he wrote, himself, penned himself, inked himself, chiseled himself, or somebody did that, for him. But also there is no pencil where you could just erase and redo, or computer where you can just type it out and then copy, paste, and move things around. So for me, it's just very raw, like how it's written is how it came out of him. And that's how I do my journals. It is just a raw dump. And then maybe later, if I need to reprocess it, then I take that raw dump and and copy it and expand on it and ask questions on it and things like that. But David didn't really have that as like, oh, let me just pull up, my notes on my phone as I'm typing or whatever like that, right? So we get it as we have it, as interpreted from, the original. But I really do see it as a journal entry for David, possibly that he never expected anybody to see or wanted anybody to see. It was for him. And one that is perhaps, as I like to do, raw and spontaneous. But in that spontaneity, we can still experience all the passion, pain, and emotions with it. And as I like to feel where David was coming from, I can experience it as an agonizing soul cry from David in a tremendous, tumultuous moment in his life, which is just one of several he faced. So for David, and for me, he wrote out his then current agonizing reality just in front of the Lord. He just lays himself out, Done as a kind of a back and forth with the Lord, as we can see. It's like, this is where I am, and it's like, but Lord, I trust you in this, and the Lord's responding into this, So yeah, done as a back and forth with the Lord, who responded in all their heart to show David who they are, and David also kind of reminding himself of who they are. All right, so this back and forth dialogue David did is very similar to the style of journaling I do with the Lord in those raw moments of just like, Lord, help me, question and answer kind of thing, down, even if I'm getting frustrated, right? But yet, if we separate out the back and forth, grouping kind of David's part, his soul cry together, and the Lord's heart response together, we get this. And this is what I love. This really resonates with me. The state that David's in and how the Lord responded to David. So Psalm 23, David's my reality, your reality soul cry to the Lord. Father, I'm afraid. Lack and failure are upon me. It's like I've been traveling through a dark, narrow gorge where I'm defenseless, helpless, an easy target to an enemy that is afflicting me with the worst kinds of evil, pain, unhappiness, hurt, misery, distress, injury, calamity, adversity, and wrongs. And on top of that, even my own thoughts and my own actions are against me. Oh, how I am sorrowful, regretful, grieved, and need consoling. Help me, Father. The Lord's reality heart response to David, to me, to you. Child, I am your shepherd. Trust me as I confirm to you my righteous and just character and nature. Watch as I lead you out from that gorge you are in, completely surrounding you in my great protection. Let's go. Follow me. Do you see and hear my staff? It should always be a reminder for you of comfort and support for where I always desire to take you, to my dwelling place. Knowing this of me, will cause you to run with a sparkle because the goal is one of rest and refresh. Look around at this place I bring you to. A meadow, beautiful, comfortable, with tranquil waters and tender green vegetation. Here you get to replenish your soul in peace and rest. Your enemy brought so much trouble and distress, but I will demonstrate how valuable you are to me, the best, by lifting you up in honor, sitting with me at a king's table to enjoy a unique, special, intimate, and sacred meal with me. Your enemy will see this and hate it. Ha! I mock them. For I am the one who satisfies you. I pour over you the best anointing oils that medicate, satisfy, and saturate you in my worth. It is such a great pleasure for me to do this for you, my child, because no matter where you are in this life, I will actively and cheerfully pursue you in this same goodness and mercy forever. Yes, constantly and continually. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, forever. Why? Because I have established you in my home as my family. We exist in this, our house, together. Find how I loved you yesterday and take it into today. Watch how I love you today and remember it for tomorrow, the Lord. See how beautifully compassionate and happy the Lord is with you. So in the depths of the horrid things that you are facing personally or as just being in this world, of the world, know that this is what the Lord is constantly and continually doing for you. That's His heart response from your soul cry. Thank you for that. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I mean, this is very special, and it's something that I have to remind myself, hold on to, and all that. And Psalms 23 is no longer just simply Psalms 23. So thank you again. Of course, find, follow, like, subscribe, and support, right? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even a blog page, etc. And if you would love to give to me, you can do so through the PayPal Giving Fund. And if you are in the States, it is a tax deductible generosity gift, however you want to say that.